Why what you focus on starts showing up. The real neuroscience of attention. You buy a new car, a specific model, a specific color. You drive it home, feeling pretty unique about your choice. And then, almost overnight, you start seeing that exact car everywhere. Same model, same color, on every street, in every car park. Did everyone suddenly buy your car the same week you did? No, they were always there. You just weren't built to notice them. Until you were. This isn't a coincidence, and it isn't a sign from the universe. It's one of the most well-documented features of your brain, and understanding how it actually works might be more useful than any vision board you've ever made. Here's the starting point. Your brain cannot process everything in front of you. In any given second, your senses are picking up an overwhelming amount of information. Every sound, every object, every face, every flicker of light in your environment. If your conscious mind tried to process all of it at once, you'd be paralyzed. So your brain doesn't show you reality. It shows you a filtered version of reality. Sitting at the base of your brain is a structure called the Reticular Activating System, a dense bundle of neurons that acts as a gatekeeper between the outside world and your conscious awareness. Its core, well-established job is to regulate alertness and arousal, and to help control which sensory signals are even worth letting through to the rest of your brain. It's the reason you can sleep through traffic noise, but instantly wake up when someone says your name in another room. Your brain is always listening, but it only wakes you up for what it's decided matters. Now here's where it gets genuinely interesting, and where most of the law of attraction explanations actually undersell the real science. The part of this story that's been rigorously tested isn't mystical at all. It's called selective attention, and psychologists have been studying it for decades. One of the most famous demonstrations is a study where participants watched a video of people passing a basketball and were asked to count the passes. Halfway through, a person in a full gorilla suit walks directly through the middle of the scene, stops, thumps their chest, and walks off. Roughly half the participants never saw it. Not because the gorilla wasn't there, because their attention was so locked onto counting passes that their brain simply didn't register it as relevant. This is the real mechanism behind what you focus on, you start to see. It's not that new opportunities are magically materializing around you. It's that your brain has always been filtering out enormous amounts of information, and when you give it a clear target, it starts letting matching information through that was there all along. This is sometimes called the frequency illusion, and once you know about it, you'll start noticing it everywhere, which is fittingly exactly the point. When you decide something matters, a goal, a word, a type of opportunity, your brain quietly recalibrates what counts as relevant noise versus relevant signal. The job listing you'd have scrolled past. The comment in a meeting that's actually a half-open door. The person at a dinner party who happens to know exactly the thing you need to know. None of that is new. What's new is your filter. So here's how to actually use this, rather than just appreciate it as a fun fact. Vague hopes don't give your attention system much to work with. I want more money, or I want a better life, is too broad a target. Your brain doesn't know what counts as a match. But specificity works the way a search query works. The more precisely you define what you're looking for, the kind of opportunity, the kind of conversation, the kind of person, the kind of next step, the more precisely your attention can start filtering for it. This is why writing goals down with real detail, saying them out loud, or reviewing them regularly isn't a soft, feel-good ritual. It's recalibrating the filter. You're telling your own selective attention system what to treat as signal instead of noise. And the research on selective attention shows this cuts both ways, which is worth sitting with for a second. If your attention has spent years locked onto what's going wrong, what's missing, what you can't afford, that's exactly what your filter gets efficient at finding. Not because the universe is punishing you, because that's what you trained your attention to flag as relevant. So the next time you set a goal and opportunities related to it suddenly seem to appear, you haven't tapped into anything mystical. You've simply pointed a remarkably powerful, scientifically real piece of neural machinery at a target, instead of letting it run on autopilot. The world isn't rearranging itself around you. You're finally letting yourself see what was there the whole time. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.